I'm loving my chintzy duvet as well. Just snuggling up, and I've got a fleecy blanket in case I get cold. That will just help. And that's my towel there for just when I wash hands and things. I like to have it somewhere where when it's dark I'll know where it is. Beautiful morning out there. There's another guy out there with his GoPro. I'm assuming he's a YouTuber too. And I just missed the horses. I was dozing and I thought, what is that? And I'm used to horses going past the house. I didn't think anything of it. And then there was an awful lot of horses. So then I was like, oh, what's going on? Oh, I'm not at home. Oh my goodness, where are all the horses? It's just gone 9 o'clock. It's quite nice to be just able to lay in. I've not had to worry about the dogs or anything, you know, bringing them out for wheeze or anything like that. It's been really nice, just only having to worry about myself. That's one of the things I like about going away in the van, is I can be quite selfish. I do what I want, when I want. My time. Yeah. Feels good to sometimes be quite selfish. When I woke up for a wee at about 4 o'clock, it was really chilly. And I don't want to put the diesel heater on just for the sake of putting the diesel heater on. So I'm glad I brought this with me, because this actually did just take the chill off. And I snuggled it around my upper body. This duvet's been amazing. That was really lovely. Just this whole, the bed is quite hard, and that makes my body ache. It's a little bit firmer, I think, than I would ideally like, but I'm sleeping fine. It's nice. This bed is lovely. I'm glad I've got it out permanently now. I'm thinking a cup of tea is required, maybe. And a yoghurt. And then I might go and find someone that's going to do a fry up. There's got to be some options in Basingstoke for fry up. There's that Weatherspoons for starters, isn't there? Although if I park in that spot that I parked in before, that's only 2 hours parking, and then I'd have to move. It's going to take me longer than 2 hours to have breakfast and go and explore that museum. Oh, and buy underwear that I forgot to bring with me. So I think I need to find a new location to park. I might have to do some Googling and find a car park that I can park in. The car park that I was going to park in down that road actually had height barriers, so it's no good. I need a car park without a height barrier. Can't put this off any longer. Let's get up. It's like 9:30 and I need to go find breakfast and I need to start my day. Let's open the curtains and see what the view is like out there. It's supposed to be really nice. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh, I approve of that. That's beautiful. Oh, we've got a nice V-dub next to us on that side. And then I got a couple of vans on that side. And the sun is beaming through the front window there. Like, I could feel it coming through here. And it's heated up the van wonderfully. I didn't stick the diesel heater on at all today. Do you like my new t-shirt? I bought it from HMV. And the back of it, you probably saw in yesterday's video. If I can show you properly. It's a Labyrinth t-shirt. And I couldn't not have it. So I treated myself. I tell you what, HMV has improved. Now, there's not many HMVs around, I didn't think now. I thought a lot of them had closed down. But the one that I went into yesterday, there's so many Japanese things. There's so many sort of just different things, quirky things, which are a lot more popular now and more shops seem to be doing. Things with more Japanese influence, anime, manga, that kind of stuff. Tell you what, the shop was amazing. I could have bought so many things. I did start stocking up on some Christmas presents for people as well while I was in there. But oh God, it was always good for things, but it was always very music related. And now it's just amazing for all sorts of things. Really quirky stuff in there. Look at this. Just look at it. In fact, I'm being blinded by the sun now. Isn't that just beautiful out there? I wish I could. In fact, if I stood on the van, you'd get a better view. This is very nearly shorts weather again. It's gorgeous. Right, let's go and see what's on the other side of these bushes. It's rather muddy underfoot here. In fact, it's not mud. It's wood chip. Oh, they've made wood chip paths all the way along here. Let's have a little bit of a stroll. I've locked the van up. I wasn't intending on going for a walk. I was intending on going and finding my breakfast. This is called White Hill, and it looks over Basingstoke and that sort of area. This is much nicer to walk on than mud, I have to say. It's absorbed, wicked away all of the moisture from yesterday's rain, and it's making for a much more pleasant walking experience. I've just noticed a box tree. It's like a Minecraft tree. So let's hit the road. I have found a car park which should accommodate slightly bigger vehicles, taller vehicles, and shouldn't have any height barriers. And so I'm going to head off, I think, to Wetherspoons. I think we'll have a Wetherspoons fry up. This is the car park I'm staying in. It's £4.80 for 4 hours. I don't know if I'm going to need more than that, but I'm using the Ringo app, which means I can just change it as I'm going to need to. So I'm not displaying a ticket, I'm just using the app. I'm in that moment, you know, the moment when you're in a new place, you don't know the area, and you actually don't know what direction to walk in to get to the town centre. I'm just taking a guess. This looks like I might be heading in the right direction. I guess we'll find out, won't we? It's looking more towny than the other roads I looked down, so I'm going to take this as a good start and see where it takes me. This wasn't the Wetherspoons I was initially going for, but it is a Wetherspoons, and it actually looks quieter than the other one is likely to be, just because we're off the main drag. So I'm going to go in here. I've been for a wee. Now I need to go and get a table and some food. Now I know how some people feel about museums, so please don't suddenly just ditch this video until you've seen where it is I'm taking you. I'm going to use the word museum, but it's not like a stuffy old museum, okay? With little exhibits. This is something pretty special. So this is where I'm taking you. I am not far away now from the museum. I was walking along the main road bit, and I think on the way back I will do this route, which is definitely more shady because the sun's got really warm. I know it's a bit more secluded, but I think I might walk this way back and stay in the shade, and less traffic noise as well, and it just feels a little bit nicer. I suspect we are getting very, very close to the museum. Got all this fantastic artwork. Wow, some people are so talented, aren't they? So it says something here about 383 concrete piles bored into natural chalk to create retaining walls for museums, sunken displays. 136 double-decker buses could be parked within the museum's walls. So who likes spam fritters? My boys do, Lee does. They're alright. Oh, that's proper retro. They've now made one that is digital. I believe Bush have made that. I'm sure it's Bush that have done it. Looks like that as well. A little taster for you of what we might find inside this museum. If you could all please pay attention, faces to the front. Now, 2 times table. 1 2 is 2. 2 2s are 4. Come on everybody, no stacking. 3 2s are 6. 4 2s are 8. Are you all paying attention? any of your nonsense, young man, and I shall be bringing the cane to you. Come on, get to it. The big Shire horses that were bred for pulling these were known as heavy vanners. They are. There's a bit of van life history for you. And then in October of 1939, the government encouraged everyone to dig for victory during the war. Because of rationing, they wanted as much fresh fruit and meat and what have you as possible for people to live off. So little allotments sprung up in people's gardens and any little patch that was available. So that was a museum. It was definitely an amazing day out, and that ticket, I think it's £18 something for an adult, and that will last you the whole year. You can go in as often as you like. They do concessions, so with my student card I got in for £16.80 I think it was, and children are under £10, I can't remember exactly how much. I can highly recommend it. It was an amazing few hours and well worth the time. Really lovely staff, very knowledgeable. If you're in the area, definitely go. I'll include in the description the address and the postcode. I'm not going to show you the museum in this video. I've decided to keep this video just van lifey bits what I'm doing, because that museum I filmed so much in it. It was so amazing that it's actually lent itself to a video all of its own entity. So that will be going up shortly, and you'll have to come and have a look at that video when I've made it. Right now though, I'm going to continue on my journey of exploring Basingstoke, and I'm walking back into town because, see, I forgot to pack underwear, so I need to purchase underwear. So I'm going to go back into the town centre, see what I can find. I don't think I need any dinner. I've just had a packet of crisps and a cup of tea up in the cafe at the top of the museum. Met a really lovely woman. We ended up talking about our mutual interest in children's mental health, and she's taken one of my UTalk cards, and we just got chatting, and we ended up talking about what we both did. And yeah, very lovely, very lovely. And that was because my phone was charging, so I wasn't sitting there on my phone, which I suppose most people these days are sat on their phones all the time. And when you're sitting on your phone, you're not really opening yourself up to conversation, are you? So she saw me, not on my phone, looking off into the distance, and said I looked very relaxed and chilled. So we engaged in conversation, and it was really lovely. Okay, I have found myself in a park. Don't entirely know where I'm going. Pokemon Go is usually very helpful in these occasions to show me what route to take to get to a town centre. So I might play a bit of Pokemon Go, because I bet there's some Pokemon stops here. And I'll come back to you when I found something interesting to share. I've been walking back into town. Much more scenic route through parks and little side roads. And then I found out there's a Pokemon Go event on, so I've been doing that as I go along. So very peaceful here, off the beaten track. There is unfortunately a nice pickup truck that has been burnt out. Don't know what happened to that, which is not in a good state. Not far from the shopping centre now. This is the shopping centre I was in the other day, but I don't quite know. Oh, H&M, no, I think I know where I'm coming in. So we'll go in and see if I can find myself some undergroundies and see what else there is in there. I've come in Pep & Co. Probably the cheapest, easiest place to get these things from. Oh, Minnie Mouse briefs. Are these kids? Or are these adults? These kids. Wow, they're big. Very high-waisted. Socks. I'm just going to see if they've got any shorts, because actually it's been shorts weather and I didn't bring any. If they've got any just cheap ripped shorts. There we go. Except they all look like they're big sizes. Yes. Do they do a smaller size? Oh, 12, that's going to be a bit of a push. I need a 14 really. It's quite big. I'm heading back to Spog. The good thing about using the Ringo app is even though I was so far away and I suddenly realised I was going to run out of time, I could very quickly add extra time using the app. So I'm glad I did it that way. So the question is, I want to go to Winchester and spend tomorrow in Winchester. Do I go back to the same parking spot that I was at last night? Because I know that parking spot and it's lovely. Or do I look for another one nearer Winchester? I think that is en route to Winchester. I think maybe I need to do a little bit of exploring and research. And I needed a cold drink. I have had water while I was at the museum, but I do need something with a bit of sugar, I think. It's nearly 6 o'clock. I have moved back up to the spot that I was in before. I think I'm happy here. Darryl and Keith have also said that when they stayed near Winchester, this was where they stayed. So I was looking for recommendations for near Winchester and I decided to come back here and they've seconded that. So Winchester's only about 20 minutes from where I'm staying. I have had a strip wash. I ended up buying those shorts, just a cheap pair. I think they were £12, just in case it's warm tomorrow. I ended up getting the 12s. I put them on over my actual trousers that I was wearing because there was no fitting rooms. And they fitted me and did up over my trousers. So I was like, if they do up over my jeans, they're definitely going to fit me. Whereas the 14s did up over my jeans and they were quite baggy. So they obviously are quite generous in their sizing. I have got my underwear. Fresh socks, fresh knickers. It's lovely. And these ones are staying in the van. Obviously, when I've worn them, they'll come into the house. But I must remember to then put them back in the van again. I've made a cup of tea. I have also filled up super noodles, Chinese salt and pepper chicken. I love salt and pepper chicken. It does smell a bit pot noodly and a bit salt and pepper chickeny. So we'll see what it's like. I know it's not me friendly, but I had a nice breakfast. And then I had a packet of crisps at lunch. And I've got a very tasty cake for later. So I thought super noodles would do me fine. That breakfast really filled me up actually. So this will be more than enough for me, I think. I've also got nibbly bits. I've got fruit to snack on, a big bit of cucumber, which I like to just bite bits off of. And I've got yogurts. So there's plenty of stuff here in case I get hungry. But there was a bit of an incident in the car park, which I'm not going to go into now. I was not involved in the incident. I literally just sort of sat back and discreetly kept an eye on the situation to decide what I needed to do about it, if anything. My goodness, this I actually find quite horrific. Look at the face, and then look how emaciated he was. Wow, I'm not sure why he was depicted in that way. His name is Bishop Fox, and he was bishop here between 1501 and 1528, and actually he founded Corpus Christi College in Oxford, back in my neck of the woods. But oh my goodness, doesn't he just look, I mean, he looks in pain, and he looks, I would not want, look at how deep his rib cage is. And he's just covering up his modesty there with what looks to be a bit of fabric. But he is literally skin and bones. Now, that chap there with the staff in the middle, that is St Swithin. And he actually performed a miracle in Winchester. It is said he performed the miracle of the eggs.